For oral answer. On the 1st of December, Ron Marks sought a considered ruling on whether the Speaker is a member of the government for the purpose of appropriations to the parliamentary service. The request arose from my ruling on the 29th of November, where I did not permit an urgent debate on the plan for a new parliamentary buildings on the basis that an urgent debate is a way of holding the government accountable for an action for which it is responsible, and the Speaker is not part of the government. Subsequently, I've received a letter from the Right Honourable Winston Peters on the matter. The Speaker is deemed to be the responsible minister for a number of agencies, including the Office of the Clerk, the Parliamentary Service, and the 3 Offices of Parliament for the purposes of the Public Finance Act 1989. That does not make the Speaker a member of the government, however. Instead, it is to provide some oversight of and accountability for the activities of agencies that form part of the legislative rather than the executive branch. The only way to become a minister is to be appointed by the Governor-General on the recommendation of the Prime Minister. I refer members to Chapter 2 of the Cabinet Manual. The Speaker, on the other hand, is elected directly by the House as its spokesperson and presiding officer. The purpose of an urgent debate is to hold the government accountable for an action for which it is responsible, according to Speaker's ruling 2072. The Speaker is not part of the government, and in recognition of the special position of the Speaker as a presiding officer, cannot take part in debate or answer oral questions in the House. I draw members' attention to Speaker's ruling 2157, which states that a second call in an urgent debate always goes to a minister, so that the minister speaking for the government has an extra period to respond. There can be no question of the Speaker elected by the House to speak for it, ever speaking for the government. The proposal of a new parliamentary building has not yet been finalised, and there is no appropriation to fund it. There will be ways to scrutinise the proposal if it receives Cabinet approval. The funding of the building project would be contained in the estimates for vote parliamentary service and could be examined in the House and Select Committee during the estimates processes. The proposed building will also continue to be discussed at the Parliamentary Service Commission, of which New Zealand First is a member. However, the urgent debate procedure is not available to debate matters for which the Speaker is responsible. I have received letters from the Right Honourable Winston Peters and Andrew Little seeking to debate under Standing Order 389 the announcement made by the Prime Minister that he would resign as Prime Minister on 12 December. This is a particular case of recent occurrence for which there is ministerial responsibility. Applications for urgent debates are required to be accompanied by authentication and have been declined in the past because of a lack of authentication. Order. I draw members' attention to Speaker's ruling 2055 and 2056. The application from Mr Peters was not accompanied by any authenticating material. Order! Order! However, the purpose of authentication is to verify the facts in an application for an urgent debate and to make out the case in support of it. In this instance, the facts of the matter are well known and hardly require authentication. I am prepared on this occasion to accept the application without authentication. The resignation of a Prime Minister is a very rare occurrence and is deserving of the urgent attention of the House. Mr Peters' application for the urgent debate on the matter was the first one received. I therefore call on the Right Honourable Winston Peters to move that the House take note of a matter of urgent public importance. Thank you, Mr.